The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization.
Welcome to Momma J Speaks Unlimited. It is a tremendous Thursday. Everything is in divine timing, and I'm so happy that you have joined myself and everyone around the world, along with my special, wonderful, unique, divine guest. He is an earth angel, Robin Denman. Welcome.
Hello, Momma J.
How are you?
I am very well.
Is this your first time?
When I hear people say, "Hi, how are you?" I hear, "How high are you?"
Well, how high are you?
I am very high, and I'm
really
and getting higher by the minute.
Oh, fantastic! Because of the breathing that you do.
Yes, breathing is a big thing.
Oh yes, you get plenty of oxygen. Now, everyone, Robin here is a facilitating breath work. Facilitate breath work. You also are a transformational artist. You create beautiful streamers and artistic installations that you can use anywhere, any place, at any given time. You also have a website called beautifulstreamers.com. So if anybody is watching, you would like to see and view what he does, check him out. You can also find him on Facebook at Robin Denman. So tell us about yourself. Where you been? What you been up to? You're about 6'4". What has your life been like to lead you to what you have been doing?
Well, it seems to be a rite of passage in the world to fit in, with your life and to be normal and to fit in and
whatever normal is,
and not be judged and try to fit in with society and pay your bills and don't murder people and vote every 4 years. But after a while, normal seems kind of boring and average and. It seems to be a rite of passage for everyone to file in line with each other and do the same thing everyone else is doing. And so by the time you're 40 or 50, you're wondering, where's my life going? What have I made? What kind of fulfillment have I accomplished in my life? And so I wanted to break some patterns in my life. And,
how did you do that?
So, I needed a transformation. I was drinking and smoking and drugging, and I wasn't a very conscious person. I didn't even know what the word meant. I had a lady lover in my life that saw something in me and something magical in me. And so she surrendered to my love, and she was always dabbling in healing modalities of every different kind. And she said, "I'm going to Mexico to study breath work and breathing."
Oh, so you went with her?
I went with her, and I said, "I'm going to go and cold turkey it and just end my career of partying and being unconscious." She said, "Why don't you just sign up for and learn how to be a facilitator with the program?" So I did. I went to Mexico and I studied a shamanic tantric breath work.
Beautiful.
And 80 people held me and loved me, and I cried a million boxes of tissues into a million boxes of tissues, and had a transformation of my own down there in Mexico. And now I make streamers. I bring awareness to life force energy and the flow of energy that's in all of us, and nothing's ever the same. And I make streamers now, and I facilitate people in breath work and tantra and meditation. And learning how to be authentic and on your own path.
Right. And so prior to your transformation, you had been a rocker with your drugging and stuff like that? Like, what was that element of your life that?
It wasn't a big deal. I mean, but I drank every day and smoked a pack of cigarettes every day. Now, I just didn't want to end up
Same old.
toting an air can around with me when I'm 70 and doing something unconscious and hurting somebody because I was drunk. So, I wasn't like a raging drunk, but I just drank beer. But still, it's the same thing over and over again. So, I was in the Virgin Islands. I was a charter boat captain. I was Captain Ron for about 10
Oh, you're the original.
10 years. I was sailing around, having a good time. And so I wanted to experience something a little deeper in my life. So, and I was lucky to I've had these amazing goddesses like you in my life that, behind every enlightened man, there's even an enlightened woman, because there's goddess energy.
Say that again, because I think there's some men out there that need to understand that.
Well, the planet is a female energy, so a lot of female energy needs to be addressed, and it's not, because of a lot of male energy on the planet and technology, and a lot of, the whole planet's being masculinized, and it's not a lot of consciousness there. Not a lot of nurturing, not a lot of caring, and allowing things to grow, and unconditional love. So
how do you think it should be changed as far as...
It's just an awareness. It's just an awareness of goddess energy in all of us. Men weren't made from two men. Men are made from a man and a woman. So everyone has goddess in them. Everyone has male in them and a female in them. We just have a body that's a vehicle.
Right.
So we're both spirits. And there's a lot of limitation put on us because of our genders. Men are supposed to do this. Women are supposed to do that. So... to get outside the box and to embrace the infinite, and to even embrace a paradigm of thought. How about, this is a good one for male energy, how about I bring love into conflict? How's that one for a good thought? So you can mother that. That's a thought that needs to be mothered. And goddess energy is an amazing thing. Because,
so are you saying that... when it comes to males right now, they should become more open and receptive to a goddess energy to come into their lives, to help shift them, to help them raise their consciousness and everything else. Because apparently this woman that has been in your life really has impacted you beautifully and helped you on your path to an awareness beyond what you could even imagine. And she was your muse, I would say.
It's a lover and a friend. It's nice to have empowered people in your life, because so we can have our energy and have it topped off, and so we're overflowing with loving energy, and then it's much easier to share unconditionally and love and connect with people. Yeah.
So tell us about what led you to specifically making streamers? What was it about the streamers that drew you to wanting to do them? Well, they're beautiful what you have brought.
Thank you. I cut, dye, and sew all this stuff myself. When I was sailing, I could, as a sailor, everything's wind oriented. I had no motor on my boat, and I sailed everywhere. And so after a while, you can almost see the wind. Of course, the leaves are an indicator on the trees of the wind blowing and the waves on the water. But I wanted to bring awareness to the flow of energy that's invisible, formless energy. And a lot of times when I was sailing, to sail a boat and to see the wind, you have a telltale on your boat. It's a little ribbon.
Right.
That you stare at and to sail your boat. So that's a wind indicator. So, and it's all movement. So nothing's really ever staying the same. And that's the whole point of beautiful streamers.
Change is constant. And if you become too stagnant, man, that's where you pretty much just
you can't be stagnant, because we are like a filter. Our whole body, or our whole physiological basis is like a filter. So if you're not moving things through your body, you can't filter anything. You're just dead.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of people that are leaving. There's a lot of people that are just tragically leaving right now. And some of us are staying. A lot of us are still sticking around, because I can tell you're a light worker and you're here to teach both the masculine and the feminine energies, how to unite and work together and everything. So with your streamers and everything, do you even teach classes of for people?
I do breath work. I'm on Meetup. I do what's called St. Petersburg Tantric breath work every Thursday. I do 3 sessions, 10 in the morning, 7 p.m., and 10 p.m.
Oh, wow.
So you could get your breath on 3 times in one day, $20 each. It's transformational. So if you're going to go do a conscious thing like do breathwork session, which is probably the most conscious thing you'll ever do in your life, and it's an amazing trance journey, and you're going to have intention when you show up to do something like that. I want expression in my life. I want abundance in my life. I want to move forward. I want to quit my job and be an artist, or whatever you want to do to fulfill a need and to be in alignment. You're going to get it, and you can get it 3 times in one day. So, how much transformational workshops cost for people that want to do things like this. It's like $800, $900 when you go to
depending on what
like
their
that.
modality is.
So yeah, and breath work is usually expensive because it's a big journey. It's very powerful, and it's probably the biggest experience of your life.
The best, I think, what I've experienced the most with breath work is doing a qigong, and we did this big old centipede type thing, and that was breath work, the 9 breaths or whatever. That was interesting. I nearly passed out. So
well, this is all laying on your back. It's all laying on your back, open mouth, breathing both directions through your diaphragm. It's very similar to holotropic breath work or rebirthing breath work, which is that's breath work.
Okay.
Those are the big bombs. You're dropping big bombs, and as you're getting some atomic work done, and peeling some giant layers of onion that you've been carrying around because of cellular memory. And once you realize that you are your cells, and every cell in your body has a consciousness of its own, and you're carrying around billions of pet cells. And once you bring awareness to your cells in your body, that you are your cells, you're really on a nice path, because your cells are rerunning programs all the time. So every trauma in your life, every negative experience in your life created a low vibration. And when that low vibration, your cells remember that low vibration. And it stays in your body, all over your body. And you keep rerunning programs every time something comes along that
exactly.
was
you
similar,
act with the pattern.
You're not in the now, because your cells... Your hypothalamus is an organ in your brain that releases chemicals of emotion. So whenever you have traumatic emotions and you release negative chemicals all over your body, they clog up your cells. And your cells have a million little holes in them called receptor sites that need nutrition and oxygen and minerals. And if your cells are clogged up with emotional junk that you're dragging home...
Well, that's what most of the world is dealing with right now.
You're going to have aging. Yeah. You're going to have aging, and you're going to have cancer, and all kinds of things are going to get in there because you're not oxygenating your body. You got to breathe and do conscious breathing, belly breathing. And every day, and try to do some belly breathing every day. Put music on and do your belly breathing, and then go out and have a wonderful day, and be kind and unconditional to people. Right, and take your ego and put it off to one side, because it's kind of gets in the way of your child. You've got a child within you, and you've got an adult within you, and the child is over in the corner saying, "Well, when can we play and go do this and that? Are you finished working yet?" So, deep spirituality is to be able to take the adult and your child within and combine them.
Exactly. And so how have you done that?
Through breathwork and meditation and unconditional love, and understanding an unconditionality of accepting things and moving with things in alignment with them. And, trying not to swim upstream.
Oh, come on. It's more fun when you go upstream.
You can flow within the flow. There's plenty of room to move. Plenty of room to move.
Everyone goes downstream. When you're going upstream, you're going to a different direction. You're just not going the regular way of everyone else and being a sheep.
Well, that's almost like living in the future. If you're going upstream a lot, you're in the future and you're not really here now. So. But that's where gratitude comes in. When you're grateful for being on this planet in a body, gratitude puts you in the now. You cannot live in the future or the past
Exactly.
when you're grateful. You're here right now.
Exactly, because I have gone through a lot of my own spiritual work myself, and there was a time in my life where I was constantly in my past and in the future, and I was never in the moment. And it actually can ruin a relationship if you don't enjoy and be in each moment every single time you're with that person or whatever. And so it's been something that I've had to learn myself, and that's what I open up other people to, understanding that no matter what they're going through, once they're ready, they can learn to be in the now moment and everything. So
yeah, it's just a matter of having methods and techniques to keep yourself in the now. That's all the word tantra means, is method. So
tantra, I have always known it to be related to the sensuality.
Well, my master, his name was Osho. He wrote a book called From Sex to Superconsciousness in the 70s, and all sex repressed America went out and bought the book because they thought it was about sexual positions and things like that. But it wasn't. It was a book about how to be a sexual being and how to understand your sexuality as a spiritual being, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, people hear the word tantra, and that's what comes up in their minds. But then tantric sex is a different thing altogether. You have to understand tantra and understand spirituality, and to be able to really slow things down and be at a different level to have tantric sex, which is a whole different ball game altogether. Yes.
Really?
Yes. It's very, very slow, very conscious. Standard sex is fine. Recreational sex is fine. It's a good release. Have sex on top of the refrigerator or the kitchen counter or whatever. It's good, but it's nice to have options to take that sexual energy, which is sacred,
mm-hmm.
and do something sacred with it, and create intention with it, and write some affirmations down, write some intentions down with your lover or lovers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in monogamy myself.
Polyamorous, are you?
Then when you take that energy and you focus it on an intention, it can be an expression, it can be creation, it can be, I want a red, shiny MG 1947 red convertible with tan leather interior. Okay, you make love on that for a month, and guess what? It's going to pop up in your life at just the right price too. So,
has this actually occurred for you?
So a lot of people
Has there been proof of that?
in other ways, but not with a car. No.
Because I've never quite heard of that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's very, very, very slow moving. Very, very
intentional.
Very intentional. A lot of eye gazing, a lot of matching breath work together, and very slow because. To have the ultimate.
I can't help it.
To achieve the ultimate.
Who wants to practice tantric?
To achieve the ultimate, you have to move slowly.
Right. Okay.
You have to slow things down. The whole world is in a rush.
Right.
So why rush to that? Right? Okay. So it's very slow. So it's like when you drive your car down the road, you're only going to see so much. When you drive your bicycle down the road, you're going to see a little more. When you walk down the road, you're going to see all kinds of things. And so it's just a matter of slowing down.
Yes, that's what I've been encouraging some to do.
But people don't have time in their lives. They're time poor.
Yes.
And
that's why I don't have a watch, and I kind of show up when I'm supposed to show up.
And people oversleep too. They sleep too much.
So how long have you been a tantric?
Well, I've been doing this shamanic breath work, tantric breath work for 15 years now.
Wow.
So I facilitated thousands of people.
So you found your person a while back then.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still together?
No, we're not. No.
New goddesses.
We never were together. She taught. Oh. She was an amazing shamanic healer herself. So, and these kind of healing angels, they have so much love there for everybody.
Ah.
So you cannot possess them. or
Got
be
you.
possessed. They can only be possessed by love, energy. So she taught me a lot about being alone in my space and surrounding myself with loving energy when I'm alone.
Mm.
And everyone needs to learn how to do that because you are a loving being worthy of love.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And that's what you infuse your artwork with.
Oh well,
love.
my energy is on my art. You know, you buy something, and you look at the clothing you're wearing right now. Do you know who made your shoes? Do you know who made your pants? Do you know who made your earrings? So there's no energy on those. But if you know who made something and you're wearing it, like here's a keychain of mine. Okay, you get one of my keychains and you have it in your pocket all the time. You know who made that keychain. I made it myself. And my energy will always be on that keychain, always, as long as you're carrying it with you, and you know, remember who I was. So it's a conscious purchase. You know,
So
by
do you make
supporting
your clothes as well and everything?
I make my pants. I make my pants because I'm tired of seeing people wearing the same clothes all over the place. It's like that's going to be the story of your life. That's why you don't have fulfillment in your life, because you bought those pants from China. Okay, because the whole half of that world is blue over there. They take the dye, and there's villages that are completely blue from dyes. So you don't have to buy new clothes, really. I mean, especially in this area, I've noticed in St. Pete, especially in St. Pete, there's so many artists there,
Yes.
and bohemian type people. It's so cool. I'm so glad I moved there.
A great
Everybody's
vibe.
repurposing things and remaking things, and it's really a beautiful thing.
Yes. And so I see that you have that apparatus there.
Yes, this is a breathing apparatus, a very high-tech breathing apparatus I have here, because to help people breathe, you know, because a lot of people have little panic attacks all day long.
So it's better than a paper bag, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. It's a secret little breathing apparatus. It's a bottle top. It's the top of a water bottle cut off. So it's the very top of a water bottle. You pop it in your mouth when you're in traffic or you're wherever and you want to de-stress. You pop that in your mouth and breathe, and you feel really good right away.
Because you allow, what, is that a certain...
Because you're breathing, and the oxygen goes all over your body, and it makes you feel good. Yeah.
And the
it's like a
breathing that you
psychotherapist in your
do
pocket.
is different from like the regular breathing that we're doing right now?
Yeah, well, when you were a child and we were born, you were a perfect spirit. Hopefully, your mother didn't have problems during pregnancy and wasn't yelled at. But when you were born, you were a perfect spirit, and you were just a big belly breathing, you know. And that belly breath is that divine child breath that you lose throughout your life. And when a trauma, when a trauma of birth happens, and then other traumas in your life happen, and all these little traumas shut your breathing down, and you shut your breathing down until you get to a point where a doctor says, "Here, take these pills for the rest of your life." It's only because you're not breathing through your belly. All you have to do is practice breathing through your belly, and then. Because breath is so subtle, nobody checks their breathing when they're making love, or when they're having fun, or when they're in joy, or they're making their artwork, or you can't wait to get home to do whatever it is that you can't wait to get home to do, and that's the joy. But the joy is in the breathing. It's not the activity that's bringing you the joy. It's the fact that your breath has opened up and your breathing patterns are flowing beautifully, and you feel great. But you don't check your breathing in mid-flight when you're having fun. But I bet you check your breathing when you can't pay your bills and things are happening to you like that, and your stomach is a big knot in your stomach because you lost a bunch of money. And then you're aware of your breathing. So breath is everything. Breath is everything. So I encourage everybody to do your belly.
Find him on Thursdays.
Find me on Thursdays. Learn about breath.
On your meetup group.
Yeah.
St. Petersburg.
St. Pete. Yeah.
St. Pete Breathwork Group. Is that the name of it?
Tantric, St. Petersburg Tantric Breathwork.
Oh, yeah. Tantric Breathwork. And so what would somebody actually experience, like from the time they arrive at your location? And you said you lay down on your back. Well,
people, first of all, I explain the whole process of cellular memory and keeping your cells on a high vibration. You know, the law of entrainment says that a low vibration will always seek a high vibration. That's why we do the breath work, to create a high vibration in your cells, so that that high vibration finds that low vibration of those damaged cells and says, come on, we're having a party. Don't be sad. Come on, come with us. We're having a party. It's like having somebody sad at the dinner table. You can't have dinner if someone's sad at the dinner table. We have to find out what's wrong and cheer them up so we can have dinner. So that's what happens when you breathe. You raise vibration. And so I'll explain that to everybody. And then we close our eyes and set an intention. What do you want to add to your life through this breathwork session? And you plant a seed of intention in your consciousness. And then we actually put on some dancing music, and we dance around the room and holler and scream and have a good time for a couple minutes and get your breath activated a little bit. And then we lay down, then different music comes on, deep tribal world beat kind of music comes on, and you lay on your back and breathe through your belly.
Ah.
And sometimes I put a heavy weight, not too heavy, but an object on your belly, so you feel your belly rising, and you breathe it into that weight, and you breathe into your whole diaphragm, and you fill up your diaphragm, which is almost 3/4 of your lungs. So, and then you go on a pretty amazing journey. Within 8 or 9 minutes, you'll be activated by your breath, you'll be in spirit, you'll be in trance, you'll be in the cosmos, and you can hear everything. And I give you affirmations to move energy along, and do some body mapping where those cellular memory is hiding out, show you how to surrender a little bit and fall into that rhythm of your breath, which is so divine. And then you're going to feel all kinds of feelings. You're going to integrate a lifetime's worth of feelings that need to be dealt with, and that are in your attic, and you need to clean house. And it's going to be a hell of a ride. Depends on your life and what kind of energy you're repressing,
right?
And what's happened to you in your life. So I've had people reliving all kinds of things on my floor in my studio.
Oh, wow.
So, but
So
you breathe and you go through it, and you get through it, and you integrate all that stuff within a half an hour, and then your breath will change. You're going to start feeling good about the experience, and you're going. Your breathing is going to change. You're going to get kind of blissy feeling, and then the music changes to very blissy music. Yeah,
is that when you're like lightheaded?
Well, you're going to be float. You're going to be that'll be during the beginning. You're going to be lightheaded, but you're going to feel sensations in your body from the breath, the physical sensations that sometimes are going to be a little uncomfortable. But after that, you're going to get a complete flood of euphoria. It's out of this world. It's completely cosmic, and you'll be floating on a cushion of air, with source energy all around you. So
I encourage anybody and everybody to at least try this out, and then send me a story on Facebook, on the Mama J Speaks Facebook page. Message me and let me know if you've actually gone down to Robin Denman's studio. Where's it?
I'm in the Art Warehouse District, which is really happening in St. Pete now. There's all kinds of cool stuff happening there. I'm at the Five Deuces Galleria on 22nd Street. So it's 5 deuces. That's 5 number 2s. So it's 222 22nd Street South.
Wow.
And there's an art complex there with several artists in a complex there. And there's a main gallery building in the back. I'm in the main gallery. I have a very large studio, and I love it there. And I hang out there with my little dog, Alo, and we make magic happen there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is also where you create your streamers. I see that you brought one of your brochures. Where could somebody pick up one of your brochures, and how would they be able to contact you?
Well, Chamber of Commerce has a bunch of brochures down there in St. Pete. I can leave a few with you.
Are you with the Chamber?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
That's why I'm here. I met Alex
really?
at the meeting the other night. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. You must be a unique individual for everybody to definitely...
Oh, yes. When I go to the chamber meetings, I get some eyebrows raising.
That must be a lot of fun for you.
So, people, yes, because people...
You break
people want to embrace the mystery and the mystical in their lives. But they're in a position where they have to be,
mundane,
with a job, and they have to have a certain image to have their jobs and things like that. So people kind of live through me vicariously in spirit, and I'm a mirror. I just hold up a mirror and mirror your energy and your love. And what you see in me is what you see in yourself.
Right,
so
right.
We're all one thing. Nothing is separate from anything. and I wish people could really deeply understand that, because we're all one thing. Mm-hmm. And what I do affects you, and what you do affects me, even if you're miles and miles and miles apart. So nobody thinks much of getting in your car and driving 10 miles horizontally. Of course, that's what a car does. But if you could get in your car and drive 10 miles up, you would soon find out that we are one thing, because it's like a cell. The whole planet is like a cell, a beautiful egg floating in darkness. And,
right. What I'm seeing here, and if any of you are watching, you go to his website, beautifulstreamers.com, you will see all his different installations that he has. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful.
I have some stuff coming up now, some streamer trees I'm making especially for ballrooms.
Ooh.
And trade shows and corporate events. Now they're going to be spectacular. Oh, my.
How often do you do classes to create streamers? Because this would just be like fun.
You know, if people want to come and hang out in my studio and make streamers and get onto my sewing machine.
Oh, you use
no problem. I got a little sweatshop going.
Actual sewing machine? Mm-hmm. Really?
I sew everything, yeah. I cut, dye, and sew everything, yeah.
What kind of material?
I do silk. My silks are for inside, for around your bathtub, bedroom, hallway, in between your master bed and your bathroom. So when your lover uses the bathroom in the middle of the night, you don't see a big light. So
you just feel your way in.
There's all kinds of places where you can put fabric in your home, like
right.
You don't even have to have high ceilings. So, and that's silk. That's beautiful silk.
Zoom in, zoom out.
And the exterior stuff is flag cloth. If you have a beautiful tree in your backyard. And by the way, this town is spectacular for trees. Oh my goodness! I drive like an old man around here because I just love looking at trees. And I'm from South Florida and Naples, and there's banyan trees, and only in certain gated community neighborhoods.
Really?
You know, it's mostly palm trees. But around here, man, you guys have trees galore. So
banyan trees are my favorite.
The live oaks everywhere around here. Oh my! You people are saving a ton on your electric bills.
Have you been hugging those trees? They're such good energy to really hug them.
Trees are perfect alignment in nature. You know, if we could only be so lucky to be like a tree, to be rooted in the earth and reaching for the divine. You know, but notice a tree has a strong trunk. You know, and a tree is very empowered, and it's able to withstand a lot and share and give a lot.
Exactly.
So yeah, trees are amazing.
They are. And you must not be afraid of heights when you go up in those trees.
Yeah, I never. You know, when I started making streamers, I didn't realize I'd be spending so much time on ladders and on top of buildings and trees and stuff. But it sure does bring out the child in me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
And you don't have any fear of heights?
No, because I was a sailor for a long time. I climbed my mast in the middle of a rough ocean, you know.
Oh, wow. So, what was that like, being
sailing? Oh, my Peter Pan days, sailing by myself in the middle of the oceans, you know.
Did you find any treasure?
Really, I found some square groupers.
Square groupers?
You know what that is? That's a bale of weed.
Oh, well, okay.
Found a couple of those. No mermaids, but a lot of friendships with other sailors and a lot of charters and adventures. Yeah, you can imagine. Yeah,
you were a pirate in a previous life, weren't you?
So I still am. You know, people like little children. They just look at me and they look at me like I'm Captain Jack. You know, and their parents are dragging them by, and the kids are like, oh, but, and they're pointing at me, and their parents are like, you know, being adult and not seeing me, you know. Right. But children see me. Children see the spirit in me, and I see the spirit in children, and it's beautiful. Because moms and dads out there, you guys got to lighten up a little bit and bring out that childness in you and hang out with your kids and use your imagination and play pretend games with your children and have fun like that, because
you sound like you would be a fabulous father. No children of your own.
It's child awareness. Childhood awareness is fantastic the second time around. The first time around, you didn't have much choice. You know, people were telling you what to do and everything. But being a child the second time around is really nice. It's divine.
You love kids?
Love kids. I like, because I see children in everybody. I see children in adults. So everyone has that child in them, and I like to be able to trigger things in people to make that child in them come out. And I encourage people, by the way, to go naked at home. Okay? Please take off your clothes and be naked, because that's child energy right there. And not only that, it's symbolic of emotions. Be naked emotionally, and like a Buddha, like a Jesus, like a Mahavira, like we're all there. You know, we're Godding. We're doing it. It's a verb. God is a verb. You know, and we're doing it. It's a process. It's happening. You're making it happen with every breath.
Well, if we could get away with it, maybe on the other show we'll just have a naked party.
Yeah, we'll do some breath work and we'll run around. And that's
what do
fun.
you think, Chris?
I probably won't be naked.
Well,
so it takes practice. It takes practice to do that. So I am going to be making an appearance on Sunday at the Caliente Naked Resort on Saturday. This Saturday, I'm going to go hang out there and meet some people.
Oh, are you bringing your streamers?
I'm going to bring some samples and bring my flute and hang around and meet people. If naked people aren't open to doing breath work, it's a sad world, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's Caliente. That's that nudist resort.
Yeah, I've never been there, so I always wanted to go, and so yeah, I'm gonna go check it out.
Very cool. You'll have to report back and let us
because I've been in my natural state like that for 25 years. I've been a naked person, so to me it's about spirit being naked and connecting with people that have nothing to hide, literally.
Literally. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And everyone's open and very cool and receptive when they're naked. Yeah. Get 10 people in a room. Get 10 people in a room, and then put 10 strangers in a room. And then they'll be in there going, okay, we're all in this room. What are we doing in this room? Okay, then ask them, all take their clothes off in that room and see what kind of energy shift you have in that room. And tell me, all those people, 10 people in that room aren't going to be smiling and laughing and giggling. And feeling completely different than they did 2 minutes before when they were in this room. They were told to go in this room and wait. And they don't know why they're in the room. They don't know what's going on. There's a little fear, a little apprehension, right? And then someone says, okay, everybody take your clothes off. I'm telling you.
Have you done that before?
Yes. Yes. Okay. It's called a rock concert.
A rock concert? You don't do that at your studio, though.
Oh, of course.
Oh, really?
Yes. I teach people how to be in spirit. Yes.
Okay. So you have streamers in your studio, so when people go in, they can disrobe, and that's part of your breathwork process, being naked?
No. There's different options for breathwork.
Okay.
So for some people, they need to do the breathwork. They need to get in spirit. They need to understand and integrate any negativity they have first. Okay? Breath comes first.
Okay.
So you always do the breath first. Then we talk and see how people are feeling. Okay? If we want to move lower chakra energies that are down there, down below, that are always bubbling up.
Right.
The whole society has lower energy, a lot of it. Okay, and that's your fundamental base energy of your
creativity,
of everything. Everything
right.
bubbles up from there. You were made out of it.
Right.
So if you think you're gonna deny that sexual energy there, that's you are an animal, and you're always gonna have it there. So if you think you're gonna be reach a divine stage of consciousness where you can be have celibacy.
That's not good.
I mean, that's a choice, of your own. Everyone has choices, but
celibacy.
But
does it really work?
Yes. Well, yes. I mean,
is celibacy really good for people?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So it's just as good as having sex.
Yes, because you're having it with yourself.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. You are a sexual being, so you're always bathing in it all the time.
Right.
So it's all perception.
Right.
Everything's perception, right?
Exactly.
So it depends on where you're coming from and where you've been and how you stand.
And where you're going.
Yeah. Well, we don't think about where we're going because we just surrender to that and trust, right? It's surrender and trust.
I'm surrendering to the show.
There is no future.
Where the show is going and what we're talking about. Because usually this type of talk is on my other show. So, fooled you all. We're having it right now.
Surprise. So surprises are good.
Yes, they are.
You know?
Keeps people on their toes.
Yes, being spontaneous and impulsive and acting, and not reacting.
Acting.
Just acting. That's beautiful, but it has to come from an empty space within you, which is a good thing because you have to carry an empty space within you because then you can fill it up with things. Because if you're loaded down with stuff, then you can't accept things in your life.
Yes, I've been trying to explain that to a couple people.
So that's spiritual constipation when things aren't coming out the other end. So everyone's concerned with taking in.
But you have to release.
And things have to come out. You have to give. Giving comes out the other end so that you can take more in and give, and take more in and give. Otherwise, you're going to get that. Your filter's not going to work anymore, and so you're stuck.
You're stuck.
You're stuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
A lot of people are like that. A lot of people are stuck. They don't know where to go. Freud kind of ruined it for everybody, He was a complete drug addict, and so meditation is the way to go.
So that explains a lot of his psychological
meditate
stuff.
to medicate is what I say.
Oh, I totally believe in that. I
Just take some time and be still. It's not a big deal. You don't have to sit with your legs crossed and lotus position and all this stuff. Just be comfortable somewhere. Outside is the best in nature because then you're in alignment with nature. And that's why people feel good when they go to the park and they want to go canoeing and they want to go out in nature because you're in line with nature.
Well, you'll have your opportunity at Caliente to marry the nakedness and the nature together.
Thank you.
So you'll be totally in your
like
element.
Animals are lucky. They know what to do. Humans don't know what to do. We're always confused. We don't know what to do. Right?
Exactly. So so how's it going over there, Chris?
It's going.
How has your day been? Welcome back, Cotter.
It's been very long.
Oh, okay. Well,
And it's only halfway done.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to take a little quick break.
We are?
Sure.
As in a break between this show and your evening show?
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to thank everybody for joining us. I hope you got a lot out of this wonderful person here. Very
Thank you, Mama
interesting.
J. Awesome. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. And definitely look for the streamers and the installations all around town at special events and stuff like that.
And I got a job right down the street, around the corner from you, doing the largest cheeky hut in Florida, called the Gator Bar. It's right down on Expressway, right there, right over there.
Okay.
Yeah, just stopped there just now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It'll be a blast.
Might be an art installation right around the corner.
Ooh, be on the lookout for it. You all have a beautiful, wonderful day.
Thank you so much.
You again.
Namaste. Namago.
Namaste, and see you at 7. Bye.
Love ya.
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization, setting the standard for new media broadcasting.